Alright. I want a clean fight. 3 5-minute rounds. Doctor stoppage allowed if Jessie is getting I can't spell this word. Doctor stoppage allowed if Jessie's getting annihilated again. Okay. We're gonna go for this, no biting. Oh yeah. No biting, no elbows, no, DDoS. That's the rules. We've laid the ground rules here. That's what we're going to play by today. We have Jessie, Oscillon, Fairy Peak, and Bluey. I think that Fairy Peak was someone who we all knew. We all know Fairy Peak's world class, but he really showed up at the World Finals this season. And despite his team's early exit, I think they only won one series against Pale Horse. They dropped Ghost 3-2. Then I think they lost to G2 3-2 as well, or 3-1. But yeah, Fairy Peak, he was probably the player that stood out the most for me. He did pretty well. One of the best Batmobile players in the world, maybe the best, with Cuxer falling off a bit this season. But I think he's going to have some tough competition here from this young man Bluey, who's been popping off in this season of RLCS. He really has been one of the best players, one of the players to watch. He's getting the first goal. Fairy Peak is the one who's going to get most of the credit though, with cheeky little flick over the top of Jessie and Oscillon. The Dutchman off to a bad start. This is of course the full Dutch lineup against France and England for round 1. Fake kickoff though by the Dutch, and that's a decent shot from Oscillon. I can tell he was going to be pretty close with that one. It's going to be rough though. Jessie, if anybody's wondering how he's managed to make a car that isn't completely hideous, I can explain it to you. It is because he's in fact using an add-on, Alpha Console, which changes the appearance of his car and his screen, and everybody else has to look at something different. So therefore, I'm sure on Alpha Console his car looks absolutely hideous, but for us it's not terrible for once. It's quite nice. Jessie, good dribbler on his day. 1v1 to Fairy. Got the demo maybe, or the bump rather, onto Fairy. Not the demo, the bump is probably what he's going for. He does have the 1v1 outplay, that's impressive. To take Fairy out of the game here. There you go, just clattered him out of the way. That's really smart by Jessie. Goes for the air dribble into the bump. I like it. Where are you guys spamming in it? Johnny Boy is in Aquatic Light. This party lives most exclusively in Twitch with one species, the Galactopus Johnny, found north of the equator, highly adapted for life on the stream. In the stream. I bet that bit is actually copy pasted from the Galapagos. Is it turtles? Tortoises? I can't remember what they're called. Oscillon, flick towards the goal. I'm not going to read the second half of that. I've seen it before. I remember I've seen it now. Let's see what Bluey can do for the rest of this lobby. That's a good pass. Fairy can't reach it though. He was quite far over. He was worried dipping too far over to the far side of the field. There was Fairy Peak, as is pretty common in 2v2. Because if you go far away, of course, it makes it easier for the pass that your teammate sends your way to be intercepted. Bluey with a huge misplay there. Just passes it to Oscillon. He's not going to miss that. And the Dutchmen take the lead. 4 shots to 3. But 2 goals each. And Jessie going for a dunk on Fairy. Gets a bump on him on the exit. Jessie making some good use of the physical aspects of the game so far. Not sure if these guys have played together before. Oh, Jessie wishes he had boost. He really wishes he had boost. But if they can win this, I think this is a massive upset. Oscillon is going to get the turtle interception. Look at that. Bluey and Fairy Peak are getting punished for overextending once again. This is pretty careless. Oscillon, he didn't carry on the turtle all the way through, unfortunately for him. He didn't manage to turtle all the way. But he got pretty far, which is decent. Is my title currently suggesting what is happening on stream, or is it completely wrong? Somebody tell me. Is the title correct, or is it wrong? Is it just A still? Because I'd like to fix it if it is. Bluey with it. That is an uncharacteristic miss. He had a lot of the goal to aim at, and he didn't even hit the target. One of the best redirectors in the world. One of the best strikers from passes from his teammate. It's fine. Thanks, King Spectre. I knew I could count on you. Rather, Jessie. Nearly said Fessy. Jessie. deciding to play keep away a lot of the time when he's getting the ball in this 2's lobby, which is pretty smart. And that's a great dunk. Is that just going to go in? Not quite. Bluey and Fairy Peak are struggling though. This is, I think, a big turn up for the bookies. I thought Bluey and Fairy Peak were going to have this in the bag, especially with the early goal. It looked very good. But Oscillon and Jessie are holding their own right now. Doing a great job, and that's another great follow-up. Can Jessie finish? No, Jessie's at the post, but Oscillon is there. Jessie and Oscillon spam great pass, because look at this from Jessie. Wide open net, but he's gone for the pass. He's a genius. Absolute genius is this man. He's a team player, he says. Incredible performance from Jessie once again, giving Oscillon the hat trick. He's a team player. We all knew this. Bluey, double touch perhaps. No, doesn't have enough boost. It's going to mean counter-attack Oscillon versus Fairy. He's popped it to Jessie, who also has no boost. There's no boost anywhere on the map at the moment. Oh, Oscillon is taking Jessie out of the game. Bluey with a shot. Can Oscillon get the second save? Yes, he can. And Jessie dribbles Fairy again. Oscillon and Jessie are popping off in game 1. This is great revenge for Jessie. Of course, he got ruined by Fairy Peak when they played 1v1 on stream in the pentathlon. But now he's getting some belated revenge. But still revenge. Let's see if they can hold on to this lead now. It's certainly their game to lose from this point. Even Bluey and Fairy Peak are going to struggle to get the comeback. How does Fairy have this much boost? He's like almost at the ceiling and he still has 70 boost. It's incredible how efficient he gets into the air. Jessie, 1v1 with Fairy again. Goes for another centre ball, but a little bit wild on that one. The pinch did go flying across the goal. Getting close to the final minute though, and Fairy Peak and Bluey are going to have to score with absolutely every attack, and it doesn't look like they're going to score with this one. Oscillon takes Bluey out of the game. Is it going to be 6-1? Are they going to set up that famous country? Yes, they are. Jessie stuffs Fairy Peak save. Every goal but 2 has been assisted by these guys. They've been doing great team plays. What a dunk by Jessie. Good reaction time after Oscillon put Fairy in a tough spot. They're 1 away from the Brazil. What a start that would be. Fairy Peak this time going to go for the fake. I think this is game 1 already over, though Bluey and Fairy have not been anywhere near as cohesive as the Dutchman. In a surprising turn of events, as Oscillon tries to read the ceiling, and read the ceiling he does. It's just a formality now. All that matters is what the score will finish as we know who the victors will be. Oscillon again off the wall. They want that 7th goal very badly, but Jessie needs to try not an own goal. Looks like it will probably finish off 6-1. No team in a prime position for scoring. 6 goals in a lobby this high level is very rare. You usually see much lower scoring games than this from these lobbies. But I'm pretty sure that Jessie and Oscillon has kind of caught Fairy Peak and Bluey off guard. I don't think Fairy and Bluey expected them to come out of the gate so hot, and that is why they fell so far behind, and then trying to take a couple of risks, get the comeback started, just made them fall even further behind. So I've got to ask the usual question. Who do you guys think out of Bluey and Fairy is going to lose this lobby? If somebody's going to go 0-3, who's it going to be, Bluey or Fairy? I personally would have to go, I think Bluey. I think this is going to be the toughest game for Bluey right here. If he doesn't win this, then that is disastrous for him. He's going to be on the edge, on the verge. But Jessie did show up pretty big last game. Let's keep an eye on him, especially in that 1v1 with Fairy. Oh, Bluey's actually going to rebound this in. No way, says Jessie. And that is a very, very apt statement for what just happened. What a shot and recovery and rebound by Bluey off the inside of the post. Are you kidding me? He read that? That is a nutty play. Forgive me for not putting the camera on Bluey. I did not think he was scoring that. But sometimes Bluey just scores. That's a shot that very few other players in the world would have a chance of scoring. 1v1. Fairy versus Bluey. Fairy comes out on top. And honestly, that is not too surprising. Fairy is by far the favourite in a 1v1 scenario versus Bluey. I think the only player who could rival Fairy in this lobby is Oscillon at the moment in a 1v1 situation. Maybe Jessie if he practiced 1v1 for a week straight, maybe. But right now, I don't know. I don't think he's been practicing ones at all. We're all tied up. 30 seconds into the game. This is a lot of space for Bluey. I smell an air dribble, perhaps. And there it is. Starting off, he's not got the best first touch, but he's rotating all the way. Does get the dunk at the end. Phenomenal work by Bluey to salvage that air dribble after it kind of went downhill pretty quickly. They're leaving it for Oscillon, who does completely annihilate Jessie in that 50-50. Very tense stuff still from these guys. It's Fairy Peak. He's asserting his authority though in the lobby. Inside of the post, denies him the lead. I'm most impressed by Oscillon so far defensively. He has hardly given the ball away in either of these games without a chance of a 50-50 at least. Look at that play from Oscillon. Oh my goodness, Jessie just got dunked on. He just does not give the ball away for free, does this man. He makes people work to get the ball out of his hands. What a dunk by Oscillon, my goodness. That was filthy. Just keep an eye on it. Every time that he's involved in the play, he's forcing 50-50s rather than just going for soft clears. It's a man after my own heart. Flip reset from Bluey, doesn't get a second contact. And a Fairy Peak taking on Jessie. There's the demo, the ambush from behind. Fairy Peak probably should have seen that coming. We all know Bluey is pretty quick in the recovery. Oscillon this time does give the ball away for free. Jessie to Bluey, to the goal. Oscillon with a rare misplay. He's been so difficult to dispossess, but this time he dispossesses himself. And then he rushed his clear as well. Oscillon off the ceiling. That's pretty good. I like that. I like that. Oscillon off the ceiling. That's, you know, I think you could even say it like that. Jessie going for a bump and his Bluey is going to score. That's pretty wild by Jessie to go for this bump. To be honest, with a shot that good from Bluey, I don't think it mattered. I don't think it mattered what Jessie did, but Fairy Peak, more than anybody knows how much Jessie loves to bump and demo. I'm sure he would have been aware of Jessie's presence. Fairy Peak still to win a game in this lobby, although he has only had one try, and this is going to be a tie game again. Solid victory in the 50-50. It is pretty much Fairy Peak carrying an offense for this team. Of course, apart from the crazy dunk goal that Oscillon scored, Fairy Peak has created both of the other goals. And I'd say my money's still on Fairy and Oscillon from this point. Fairy Peak's so quick into the air, making Bluey look slow. It's not easy to do that. Oh, Oscillon boost starved. Jessie has the flick. He would have had, I think he would have had Oscillon out of the game there, but Fairy Peak in the ambush. Jessie might be able to go for this. He's hesitated slightly. Maybe trying to play off Fairy Peak's shot. Jessie maybe air dribbling. Instead, he's just made a 70-odd boost donation to the atmosphere and then played Bluey into the box. I think these guys just need to leave the air dribbles to Bluey. He's the one who's got most of the control. Jessie gets the revenge onto Oscillon though. Fairy Peak, you can sort of understand why he would trust Oscillon in this situation. He did score the crazy dunk goal coming down off the wall earlier, but this time it doesn't work at all. He's the one who gets dunked on. Oh, look at that from Oscillon. Reads the fake kickoff. That was really smart by Oscillon. He didn't get the best follow-up, but at least he didn't pass the ball to Bluey. He was sitting a goal waiting for it. Oh, wow. That's Oscillon out of the game. Jessie got the bump on Fairy as well. Oscillon does spawn on the right side, though. Literally the right side as we were looking at it. Still, though, Jessie is hanging in there, in the lead. And as the time ticks away, I'm sure the mindset for Bluey and Jessie will become a little bit more defensive. But they're going to need to be very, very on point here. My goodness, what a passing shot that was from Oscillon and Fairy. This pass is absolutely perfect from Oscillon. Fairy drills it, post and in. My goodness, good luck. If you're the defense against that, I don't know what you're going to do. Far from easy. all tied up again. It's a much closer game than last time, so that gives a lot of credit to Jessie for, or Jessie and Oscillon for honestly being able to win so hard last game. Nobody is standing out as the clear carry of the lobby just yet. Jessie, solid challenge there onto Oscillon. Misses flying down onto the boost though, and that might be bad news. It's Fairy Peak with a shot. Is this going to be a shot? No, pass from Oscillon to himself. What a rebound! Whoa, whoa. That was actually insane. Did Oscillon still have his dodge here? What? My goodness, he got up pretty fast for that one. Still had his dodge and he boomed it in. That was pretty sick. Most players would go for a double jump aerial there, but Oscillon just went for single jump and smashed it to take the lead. He is just less than a minute now away from going 2-0 in the lobby, but can Jessie follow up here? Bluey to the crossbar, Fairy Peak is there. It's going to be Oscillon setting himself up for the 3-0 and Bluey moving 0-2 unless he could do something spectacular. That was a decent interception, but Oscillon saw it coming. And he continues to be difficult to dispossess. Fairy Peak up early. Can he get the rebound? No boost, but he's still on point. Oh, he actually flew too high. That's incredible. It just shows how good his first touch was, that he was able to track that one with about 4 boosts and almost hit it. It's now or never for Bluey. The bump on the wall from Fairy's making it very difficult. Jessie's coming in though. Can he get the shot? No, he can't. It's up in the air. They need to score, but Oscillon is going to make this difficult. He fakes it down to the ground. And Oscillon, deservedly so, moves 2-0. Fairy Peak is going to be the one to tie Jessie. So who's going to finish with a perfect or an imperfect record? We have Oscillon versus Bluey now. Well, actually, Oscillon and Bluey trying to help each other improve their score. But, as we all know, Bluey can't do any better than second equal here. Oscillon is the only player who can win the lobby. But I don't know. This is always an interesting position. I'm always asking myself, in this format, are players more concerned about 3-0ing the lobby or not getting 3-0'd? I think they're more concerned about not getting 3-0'd, personally. That would be my mindset, at least. If I was in Bluey's shoes, I would want to win this game more than if I was in Oscillon's shoes. If I'm in Oscillon's shoes, I'm thinking, job done. We're first equal at worst. Maybe first exclusively if we can win this one. But, you know, we've played well. Pressure's off. Let's just have some fun with it. If you're Bluey, you're thinking, I'm 0-2. I've got to get a win here. Everybody knows it's only 3 games, and somebody's probably going to lose 3 in a row about half the time. But that doesn't change the fact that he doesn't want it to be him. Luckily, he does have the player who's looked the best in defense throughout both of the games so far. But Jessie and Fairy, they've been against each other this whole time. 1-all, both getting 1 victory out of it. Jessie will be upset he couldn't get his full revenge on Fairy after Fairy stomped him last time that they played on stream. That's a good recovery by Bluey. Well played. Realizing that he wasn't going to have an easy shot, so he just kind of half-flipped out of the aerial. Fairy Peak versus Bluey. Look at that aerial shot from Fairy. Jessie gives him the nice shot. Gets the outplay on Oscillon. He's completely sideways onto the ball, and Bluey can't reach it. No boost. Fairy Peak with the plays onto Oscillon and Bluey. That's a really good job identifying that he had time to flip it over Oscillon and still recover possession. Then take on Bluey. Fairy Peak again from up high, nearly hits the angle.
The 4th time I have ever watched the quarter stream, so I had to sub again. Keep up
thanks,
the
man.
great content.
I really appreciate when people swing by just for a couple of minutes. All you YouTubers who are coming by just to sub. That means a lot, because one Twitch Prime sub is worth about 7 hours of watching adverts. It's the same like money. One Twitch Prime sub, 1 month, is worth about the same as watching adverts on YouTube for 7 hours in a row. So that just shows you how much of a difference it can make. And, you know, I'd say still most of my revenue is YouTube, but hopefully that'll change because YouTube's pretty inconsistent, pretty difficult company to rely on. So Michael, thank you for the Prime sub as well. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. And all you guys who remember every month, I know that coming back and remembering every month the sub is really difficult. It's hard to remember that you've still got that Prime sub available. So yeah, I really do appreciate it, guys. But while we've been selling out, Jessie and Fairy Peak are going from strength to strength. And look at that from Jessie! That is a great play. We saw Fairy Peak going 1v2 earlier. Now Jessie escapes the ambush. Completely annihilates Bluey. That wasn't even close from Bluey, who just looked more like a spectator than a goalkeeper. As Jessie goes one way, then the other, in the blink of an eye. 3-0. You gotta feel sorry for Bluey because he's set to go 0-3 here, but what can you do when you're up against his solo plays like these from Fairy and Jessie? And now Oscillon, can he do any better? No, he can't. Fairy Peak delayed flick, top corner. He's just right back to his very old self. The delayed flicks is really what impressed us most when he made his stream debut almost a year ago. Was it almost a year ago? Maybe? Not sure. Maybe it was more like 3/4 of a year ago. Anyway, either way, Fairy Peak, delayed flick. Those two things may as well be synonymous. And Jessie's just bullying Bluey right now. Bluey's not having a good time. Fairy Peak from distance, 5-0. Jessie and Fairy Peak looking to tie Oscillon for first place. And with these games going so one-sided in Jessie and Fairy Peak's favour, and also in Jessie and Oscillon's favour in game 1, you've got to think Jessie's the MVP of this lobby. Like, he's really stepped up this last game and outplayed Oscillon a few times single-handedly. Oh, that's a good shot from Oscillon, though. This might not be over just yet. Bluey fakes out Fairy, puts it in an awkward spot for Jessie, but Oscillon still had a lot of work to do. Look at that shot. Post and some crossbar. They've got to do a lot more than this. Is it going to be a fake kickoff for anybody? No fake kickoff this time. It usually only takes one fake kickoff being red, and then nobody else tries it. Oh, Bluey is not happy that Oscillon went up for that. It might be game. Oh no, Oscillon is back instead to save this. Bluey now finally recovering. Will they be able to rally here in the final minute? Start making a comeback. It's not going to be easy. Oh, the double dribble! The double dribble by Bluey and Jessie. Beautiful. Just out of nowhere. They're trying to turn the corner. Oh, it's just beautiful. Sometimes in Rocket League, something so beautiful happens that everybody just forgets the game. You just forget what you're doing, and you just let beauty take its course. Let nature take its course. That was something else from Jessie and Bluey. Oh, that's so funny. I think Jessie or Oscillon and Bluey decided this is probably over. Let's just go for the double dribble. Here, Burrito 5, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying Bluey's mind games and double dribbles. He's stepping up in the last minute and a half, but will it be too late? Dunks on Fairy, but Oscillon isn't there. That's going to be GG. Jessie, Fairy, and Oscillon are going to finish off 2 wins and 1 loss, barring an absolute miraculous recovery. But Bluey, I think he was a little bit exposed defensively at times. Apart from that, not much he could have done. You know, it's only 3 games. I'm sure if we played 3 more, he could win with all 3. He is that good. But for now, at least, I think the ground game of Fairy and Jessie and Oscillon, which is a little bit too much, is an aerial pinch from Fairy and Jessie. Oscillon might be able to keep this up. Indeed he will. Bluey, with the impossible task of scoring from this angle, doesn't manage. GG's. Bluey does drop 0-3. Everybody else 2-1. Don't freak out though, all you Bluey fans. This happens to about 50% of the lobbies that we do. In fact, I think that there's a unanimous loser more often than there's a unanimous winner. Myself, that just off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure that is what happens. I'm going to remove this as well in case somebody gets that spoiled. Gets the result spoiled. GG's though, that was pretty pretty intense stuff. Jessie MVP at the end. He had so many good solo plays.